Aliens measured empires in centuries, humans measured them in heartbeats. When war came, the galaxy thought we were too fragile, too brief to matter. They were wrong. This is the story of how a single heartbeat changed everything. The Veyari measured history in centuries. Their empires rose like glaciers, moving so slowly that their wars took generations to resolve, their treaties carved in stone to last 1,000 years. To them, humanity was a flicker. Fragile. Brief. Born and gone in less time than it took the Veyari to sculpt a single monument. But they forgot that sometimes, a flicker can burn brighter than the sun. Ambassador Jalen Hayes stood in the marble chamber of the Veyari Grand Council, a single human among giants. The Veyari towered above him, robes like woven mist, their voices deep and resonant. Your kind is reckless, one intoned. You wage wars in decades. You topple governments in years. How can such a species be trusted with power? Jalen's jaw tightened. Because we don't waste centuries waiting to act. The chamber rippled with laughter, ancient voices amused by youthful arrogance. You will fade, another said. Empires built in haste crumble in haste. But Jalen only smiled. Then watch us. Watch how much we build before the next century ends. The core dominion struck without warning, tearing through frontier colonies. The Veyari convened in council, debating, posturing, and delaying. It will take decades to decide, they murmured. We must weigh every outcome. But humanity had no decades. Within weeks, ships were built, militias were armed, and fleets were thrown into the fray. In months, battles raged across systems. Humans fought like they lived, fast, desperate, furious. The Veyari watched in disbelief as mortals with lifespans shorter than their negotiations bled and died to hold the line. At the fortress world of Arden's Fall, Jalen Hayes addressed both human soldiers and Veyari observers. His voice echoed over the comms, raw with fire. They measure time in centuries. We measure it in heartbeats. Every beat we give to something greater than ourselves. They wait for history to move them, we move history ourselves. The Veyari observers whispered uneasily. They saw soldiers, many barely 20 years old, ready to die not for monuments or millennia, but for tomorrow. The core brought a dreadnought to Arden's Fall, a leviathan of steel and plasma. Veyari envoys counseled retreat. Preserve your strength. Wait. We can negotiate in a century. But humans had no centuries. They had minutes. A squadron of bombers launched on a suicide run, engines burning hot enough to blind sensors. Their commander's final transmission cut through the noise. Tell them, we measured our lives in heartbeats. And this one's for all of you. The dreadnought shattered in a sunburst. The battle turned. The war shifted. When it was over, Jalen stood once more before the Veyari Council. This time, no one laughed. You see fragility, he said. But our brief lives make us fierce. Every day matters. Every choice matters. That's why we fight so hard. That's why we win. The Veyari murmured among themselves, their slow voices heavy with something new, respect, and fear. The Veyari would remember. They measured empires in centuries. But now they understood humanity, our wars, our loves, our victories, our sacrifices. We measured empires in heartbeats. And sometimes, a heartbeat is all it takes to change a galaxy. They thought our lives were too short to build empires. Instead, our short lives made us fight harder, love deeper, and sacrifice more. Humanity doesn't need centuries to leave a mark, we only need heartbeats. What did you think of this story? Let us know below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more HFY tales.